Crazy toboggans, wild mice and wooden coasters. I'm Roller Coaster David, and this is Coasting into Little Amerrika. Little Amerrika is a small park located about halfway between Six Flags Great America and Mount Olympus, so it makes a good point to stop off to split that journey. It may not have any massive roller coasters or thrill rides, but this small park is quite charming, and the rides that it does have are rather rare and quite unique. So today we're visiting Little Amerrika. That's this tiny little park on the way to Mount Olympus. The main thing here is it's got a wooden coaster that I think is fairly unique, and it's got a Chance Toboggan, which is quite an unusual ride. I'd never had a chance, no pun intended, to ride one of these coasters before, so I was quite excited to do so, although I was a little worried I might be too tall to fit in the small train. Fortunately, with my head scraping the top, the roof managed to close and I got to experience this crazy ride. Now I'm about 6'2" or 188 centimetres, and I reckon that's just about the maximum height for this ride. So I just did a Chance Toboggan for the first time. It wasn't as uncomfy until this bit. I swore quite loudly at that bit. It was a bit of a tight fit. The top of the cabins are cushioned, so my head was scraping against the top. I don't really know what to say about it other than that. The spiral bit's not too bad, but then the bit after, it's quite rough. I guess that can only be expected though, as this particular ride is now over 50 years old. Whilst there may be a few travelling versions of this ride still going around and visiting various carnivals and fun fairs around the world, I believe this is currently the only one operating permanently at a park, so I'm quite glad I got the chance to ride it. This particular one has quite a storied history too, and whilst it's operated at the park since 1993, it originally opened in 1969 at a park called Dogpatch, USA with the fantastic name of Earthquake Magoon's Brain Rattler. Another quite rare coaster they have is an Alan Herschel Mad Mouse, which is also over 50 years old. So this is another rather unique coaster they've got here at Little Amerrika. One of the most interesting things is it's not got any seatbelts or lap bars whatsoever, you're just sat in the buggy there. And the bit towards the end, it's got a reasonable kick to it. Did you get any airtime on that last bit before the brake run? You tend to get kicked out of your seat, which is a little bit disconcerting when there's nothing keeping you in. It was a unique experience anyway. It feels almost like a steel version of a wooden wild mouse, like the one at Blackpool.
It's got the everything. It's got like a bit, and then airplane pump, and then a world mouse on the top. It's basically like two rides in one.
Despite its small size, it does make for quite a thrilling coaster, and I think there's only one other version of this model of Mad Mouse still operating in the world. It manages to have a bit of a crazy rickety feeling to it, but still not be too rough as to be unenjoyable. It was probably my favourite coaster that they have at the park. The final coaster worth mentioning is the Meteor, the oldest roller coaster at the park. This originally operated as Little Dipper at a park called Kidditown back in 1953, before eventually making its way to Little Amerrika in 2007. It's a pretty small for a wooden coaster, but it's still good fun as a junior family coaster, and fits in really nicely with the park's retro kind of vibe. The whole park just feels like you've gone back into a time machine to a small, friendly, family-run park, and if you like retro-style places, you'll absolutely love it here. The vibe extends beyond the coasters to the selection of flat rides too, with a Ferris wheel which moves surprisingly fast, along with other classics such as a tilt-a-whirl and a rollerplane, which took me a bit by surprise. There's one of these at Knoebels. This one seems to go a lot faster, because you actually get quite a bit of airtime going over the top.
You guys spent half the time like stood up on it, like...
Yeah.
My mum wasn't on the seat.
If you're on the inside bit as well, you do get squished in it if you've got someone else in with you. It was good fun, but as I said, surprisingly intense. We only spent a short time at Little Amerrika, as we had to head onwards towards Mount Olympus, but it left a good impression, and I think it's really good value too. A ride on the wooden coaster costed only $3, and every other coaster and flat ride only costed half of that at $1.50. If you're making the trip from Great America to Mount Olympus as part of a bigger trip though, it's really worth stopping by here. So overall, I would really recommend a visit to Little Amerrika, as there's some really rare coasters that are hard to find anywhere else, and it just has such a nice retro vibe to it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this look at this charming park, and if you have, please check out some of the other videos on my channel. For now, I've been Roller Coaster David, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video very soon.